LeBron's been many things throughout a legendary NBA career. He has never been looking at this steep an uphill climb against the wagon that is or are the Thunder. I got to figure that out. Are. Well, they are. And the very first play of the game, LeBron James downhill, bucket good, and the foul. They start on a 7-0 run. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here, off shot. Woo, woo, woo! James in transition. 75th time he's had 10 points or more in the first quarter of a playoff game. Closest behind him, Kevin Durant at 47. Lakers lead by 3. There are 4 quarters to a game. And here, the high degree of difficulty shot from Shai, just absurd artistry. J.J. Redick, not thrilled. OKC now leads by 5. The lead has grown to 7. There's the big block from Chet on DeAndre Ayton. Running the other way, Hartenstein up top, thin man. Chet climbs the ladder. That's a perfect pass. Started it with the block and rewarded. Then it's Holmgren. Misses the point-blank shot, but gets a rebound and the putback. The lead now double digits. The lead's 11. Shai, the dish down low. It's Chet, 18 in the first half. Second most in the first half of a playoff game in his young career. Thunder lead by 8 at the half. Marcus Smart here off the Ayton pick and roll. It's knocked away. AC fresh, Alex Caruso. Fired up after that flush. The lead's now 15. Jared McCain catches in rhythm. All 3 of these, and the lead's now 16. Getting away from the Lakers in a hurry. Next possession, another turnover. And it's McCain. Back to him. Again in rhythm. Again it's good. And it's an 18-point victory on a night where Shai had just 18, 6 assists, had some turnovers as well. So you know he's going to wreck you at some point. It wasn't him tonight, but now the ledger for the season for the Lakers against the Thunder, they've played 5. OKC's won them all, and there really haven't been a particularly close game. A 9-point game in February. The context of those regular season games is always a little bit dodgy. You never know about rest and who's playing and who's not. But we do know that OKC wins this one. Chiney Ogwumike, as promised, joins us. And let me just start with the Shai night, because as I just said a moment ago, there's going to be a night where he's going to go bananas and score 40 or whatever, and there's just no hope. Here's a night where if you tell JJ, hey, he's only going to get 18, this might be a night where they could get got. No, because they have so many different options. My eyes drawn to the 24 from Chet. What'd he show you?
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about the options that the Oklahoma City Thunder have, they are a deep squad, and it's not just the bench, it's the starters. And if you think about it, when starting this postseason, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was a superhero. He was just consistent, snapped that 20-plus points per game that we saw just with 18. But the cool thing about this Thunder squad is that they can transfer their powers. He transferred his powers to Chet Holmgren, who was sensational. In the first round versus the Phoenix Suns, he averaged around 17 points per game, Chet Holmgren, on 60% or so shooting. He had 18 points in the first half versus Los Angeles and finished, obviously, with 24. But most importantly, he also had 12 rebounds, and it's on both ends, not only for Shai, but also for Chet. Because as a contesting defender, he limited the Los Angeles Lakers to 1 of 9 shooting, just this many points, 2 points as a defender. And so when Chet, is exploding, Shai can sort of take a breather. But where you started, I do fear for the Los Angeles Lakers, because now Shai's like, okay, now let me tap in for game 2. I do think he's going to be due to explode once again.
We followed the Avalanche from the Stanley Cup playoffs. They've not lost a game. They're a wagon, and this Thunder team is as well. They've not lost a game. Los Angeles, all credit to them for being down Luka and Reeves for a portion of that series against Houston. I know the Rockets had some injuries as well. So they won a series. Great. I don't know what path exists for this Laker team to compete against the Thunder in this series. And I always say don't overreact. I don't know that I'm overreacting. I think I'm just looking at the teams and the body of work. What do you think?
You're not overreacting, Scott. I just think about my Hall of Famer coach at Stanford, Tara Vanderveer. When you're going up against a juggernaut like the Oklahoma City Thunder or any top team, she said sometimes the best thing you can do is have that prayer defense and just pray that they miss. They missed a couple of bunnies. They missed a couple of shots that should have been a gift for the Los Angeles Lakers. To me, the only thing that can really save them in this series are the 33 points, the NBA leading 33 points on the bench in Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves, important to note, he only had 8 points. He was 3 for 16 from the field. So at least if you're JJ, you can say Austin's not going to shoot that bad again. And maybe we'll be able to get more production from the supporting cast. Like Luke Kennard, gonna shoot better. Your shooters are going to do better. But still, you might just have to go back to Old Faithful, literally, and just pray that the Thunder misses. I'm seeing more of a gentleman situation, not a traditional sweep, but possibly a gentleman sweep.
Understood. And I'm looking at Kennard. He had 7. Reeves had 8. Your point's well taken. I mean, these are players who are likely to be better. But again, Shea's unlikely to have only 18 in a game moving forward as well. And I mean, I'm sure Thunder fans will be quick to point out again the regular season numbers. And the last time that we saw Luka was in a game where the Thunder were ahead by about 1 million. And the question still goes back to why was Luka even out there in a game where it looked like he had tweaked his hamstring earlier in that game? But again, you don't overreact. LeBron was awesome. Again, he's 41 years old. He had 27 points. Like, he can't do anything more than this. It's going to be on the supporting cast, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely will be on the supporting cast. I honestly was surprised by LeBron's performance because what lives rent free, I'm a Houston native. What lives rent free in my brain, I think it was after game 3 versus the Houston Rockets, they asked the sideline reporter, "How are you doing, LeBron?" And LeBron said, "I'm tired as bleep." And we saw the miles sort of stack up, but he's a true professional. This man invests $1 million in his body every year. The professionalism for him to show up and also capitalize on what the Thunder gave. I was thoroughly impressed with LeBron James. Everyone else has to raise their game. The DeAndre Aytons, the Rui Hachimuras, again, the Austin Reeves, those guys have to be top tier for them to have any sort of a chance.
Shanae, sit tight for just a quick second here. J.J. Redick, before this series even began, made it clear he understood this monumental challenge that was in front of his team. Now, after losing by 18, here is J.J.'s thoughts after Game 1 in Oklahoma City.
I don't think there was a turning point. I think it was a general theme throughout the night. When we made game plan mistakes, they hurt us. I thought the Houston Game 5 was the most game plan mistakes we made in a playoff game so far. We obviously lost that game. You're playing the world champs. Your margin for error in terms of mistakes is not that high. You can make mistakes. Basketball's a game full of mistakes. There's just too many tonight. We got to clean that up. But there were some good things. We won expected score. Held Shea under 20. He ended up with 7 turnovers. The guys played hard. We just got to do a better job with execution. It comes down to just the attention to detail on that, and I know we'll clean things up and be better.
They'll need to be, and I'm just perusing the box score here. Let's give A.J. Mitchell some love. He's been excellent all year. He goes for 18, matching Shea in this one. Just a big picture thought as a final thought, Shanae, about this Thunder team. The totality of the regular season, wearing a target, right? All the chatter that surrounds them, and they haven't lost a single game yet. What's most impressive to you about this group, top to bottom?
Their consistency, and they may not be the sexiest team in the NBA. And I say sexy, meaning you're not going to see so many dunks. You're not going to see so many step back threes, the things that tantalize fans, but they fall in love and they have mastered the dirty things, the hustle plays, the steals, the team basketball on both ends of the floor. But also they are led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the likely front runner, back-to-back front runner for MVP. And they go as he goes. He does not panic. Even though he had a game where he had multiple turnovers, he doesn't panic. His teammates just feel so calm, collected around him. And lastly, going off of what J.J. Redick said, what he's talking about is the turnovers. The Lakers had 17 turnovers. Whenever you turn the ball over to the Oklahoma City Thunder, that's like manna from heaven. That's the best thing that you can give them, because in the regular season and in the postseason, they have led the NBA in points off of turnovers, over 20 a game in those two categories, regular and post. And so it's cool. Like, they don't have to play perfect. They just have to play hard, and that's a recipe for them to potentially win another championship. It's a cheat code.
Yeah, the only stat that I see that the Lakers led in tonight on this box score is turnovers. Other than that, it was all Thunder, and they are a ruthless and efficient team. They've won all regular season. They're the one for a reason. They win again tonight. Shanae, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it as always.
Anytime.
All right, we will hear from